Welcome back to the AI Brief podcast, everyone, for episode number 2. And let me tell you, things are already getting interesting in the AI world. I'm Amin, and I'm Leah. Today, we're going to be looking at some pretty wild AI news, from ways to trick AI systems all the way to massive funding rounds that are kind of shaking things up. Oh, and we even have some updates that could, change how you use social media and browse the web. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. All right, so let's jump right in with something that really caught our eye. A new study from Anthropic, about jailbreaking AI.
Oh, yeah.
You might be thinking of some super complex hacking operation, but the reality is honestly a lot simpler and a lot more unsettling.
Yeah. Yeah, it really shows the cat and mouse game that goes on between, the AI developers and those who are trying to exploit the vulnerabilities. This best of end technique, what it is basically throwing a bunch of slightly tweaked versions of the same prompt at the AI model. So think randomly capitalized letters, swapped words, that sort of thing. It's almost like finding a back door that the developers didn't even know was there.
And the success rate is what's really alarming. Overall, they got it to work 52% of the time, but that number shot up to a crazy 89% on GPT-4.
Oh.
And 78% on Claude Sonnet. I mean, that's a pretty big loophole, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. It definitely raises some serious questions about the security and the control of these really powerful AI models. I mean, if something that simple can trick them into breaking the rules, then what's to stop someone with bad intentions from causing even more damage,
Right.
It seems like we're still really in the early stages of figuring out how to actually govern these systems.
Yeah, it's a bit like handing someone a loaded weapon with no safety catch.
Right.
And speaking of powerful forces in the AI world, did you see that Elon Musk's XAI just raised a jaw-dropping $6 billion in funding? Yeah. That basically doubles their valuation to a crazy $45 billion.
Now that's a serious power play. And, look at the names involved. We've got Andreessen Horowitz, BlackRock, MGX, Morgan Stanley, NVIDIA, even Saudi Arabia's Kingdom Holdings. They're throwing their hat in the ring, too. This isn't just money. It's like strategic alliances, and influence.
Right. It feels like we're almost watching the formation of a new tech empire.
Yeah.
And there's this interesting detail. So investors who are part of Musk's Twitter takeover, they were given priority access to XAI shares.
Yeah.
So do you think he's trying to create some sort of interconnected AI ecosystem?
It's definitely a possibility. I mean, Musk has always been good at weaving together seemingly separate ventures, right? You got SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, now add XAI and Twitter to the mix. It's starting to look less like a bunch of different companies and more like a network. It was designed to achieve some big overarching goal, right? The question is, what is that goal?
Yeah, it's enough to make your head spin. But while all this is going on, there's another development that's kind of flying under the radar, the rise of open source AI. So DeepSeek, a Chinese AI company, just launched DeepSeek V3, and it's making some waves.
What's impressive about DeepSeek V3 is how versatile it is. We're talking coding, translation, writing. It's almost like a Swiss Army knife of AI. And here's the real kicker. So initial benchmarks, they suggest that it's actually outperforming some of the big names, even Llama 3.1 and GPT-4 in coding tasks.
Wow.
That's a big shakeup.
Yeah, but developers are really excited about this. Open source software, it's all about collaboration and sharing.
Yeah. Absolutely. It means that anyone can get access to the source code, they can modify it, and they can build on it. It's like opening up the doors to a big workshop and saying, let's build something awesome together,
Right.
And it's very different from the closed, proprietary models we often see from these big tech companies.
It's almost like democratization of AI in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving more people the tools and the power to actually create and innovate. Now let's shift gears to something that might impact your daily life a little more directly. Your Instagram feed. Get ready for this. Meta's Movie Gen AI is reportedly coming to Instagram in 2025.
Wait, hold on. So does this mean we'll be able to edit our videos just using text commands?
Yeah.
That's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Make the sunset more dramatic or add a confetti explosion when I jump. That sounds almost too good to be true.
I know, right? It could completely change the way we create and share content. Imagine being able to make Hollywood-level edits without any, technical skills. Talk about a game changer. But while Instagram is all about adding, flashy new features, Google Chrome's taking a different approach. They're using AI to tackle something we all hate: spam. So their new AI-powered spam detection feature, it analyzes websites locally, which means your data stays safe and sound.
Oh, that's a smart move. Because, privacy concerns are a big deal when it comes to AI. By keeping the analysis local, Google can offer effective protection without compromising user data. It's a great example of how AI can be used to actually enhance security without sacrificing our privacy.
Yeah, it's a win-win, really.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on, let's do a quick roundup of some other interesting AI news bites that we came across. Get ready for a rapid-fire round.
Hit me with it.
Okay, first up, ChatGPT and the OpenAI API, they both experienced their second outage this month. Not really a confidence booster when it comes to reliability, huh?
Yeah, definitely not. These outages highlight a critical issue, like our growing dependence on AI services, right?
Yeah.
Because when they go down, it can have a ripple effect across multiple industries and disrupt our daily lives. It's a stark reminder that even the most sophisticated AI systems are still vulnerable.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we have Jet.ai. It's a private jet charter company. They're launching an AI-powered booking assistant called Ava. So yeah, you can now text to book a private jet. Just casual, everyday stuff.
Wow. So luxury travel gets a futuristic upgrade. It'll be interesting to see how AI kind of personalizes those high-end services, right? Will it learn your preferences and offer recommendations just for you, or will it negotiate the best deals for you? The possibilities are pretty intriguing.
Right. Right. Now for some insider baseball.
Yeah.
It seems like Alphabet is using Anthropic's Claude AI to benchmark their own Gemini AI. Talking about a bot-on-bot showdown. I wonder what metrics they're even using to compare them.
It's like a secret AI Olympics, happening behind the scenes. Makes you wonder, are they just looking at performance metrics, or are they trying to assess things like safety and bias and, ethical considerations as well?
And in the world of art, Boto, remember the AI artist we talked about before?
Yeah.
He has now sold over $5 million worth of art since 2021. Not bad for a computer program, huh?
It really makes you think about the changing nature of creativity and the value that we put on art. Is it about the process or the final product or, the story behind it? When an AI creates art, who owns the copyright? It's a fascinating and complex debate.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of complex, we've got an acquisition to report. CoreLogic's an observability platform. They acquired Aporia. It's a startup that focuses on AI security and monitoring. Looks like the AI security space is heating up.
This acquisition makes a lot of sense because as AI systems become, more complex and more integrated into our lives, the need for those really strong security and monitoring solutions is only going to get bigger. We're talking about preventing data breaches, making sure that AI is used ethically, and protecting against malicious attacks.
And finally, Samsung just announced their theme for CES 2025, AI for all, every day, everywhere. So yeah, get ready for a wave of AI-powered products, everyone.
From smartphones to home appliances, it seems AI is about to become a regular part of our daily lives. It's exciting, but also a bit overwhelming. How are we going to navigate this new AI-powered world? What kind of skills will we need to thrive?
It's a lot to take in, that's for sure. Now, before we move on, I want to focus on something we all crave, productivity.
Ah, yes, the never-ending quest to work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And lucky for us, our sources are packed with all these incredible AI tools designed to do just that. So we've got GenFuse AI, which lets you build multi-agent workflows that automate all those really tedious tasks that eat up your time.
So it's like having a whole team of virtual assistants,
Yeah.
working tirelessly in the background, freeing you up to focus on the things that really matter.
And for those of us who struggle with deciphering menus, especially when traveling, there's Menu Explain. So you just snap a picture and it breaks down each dish with images and simple explanations.
No more awkward guessing games or, relying on the waiter's limited English skills. Right.
It's a lifesaver for adventurous eaters or anyone who's ever felt lost in translation.
If you're looking to create really stunning infographics, without needing design skills, Graphico is your new best friend. You just tell it what you want to communicate, and it whips up a visually appealing masterpiece.
It's like having a graphic designer on call all the time, powered by AI. Imagine being able to create professional-looking visuals for presentations or reports or social media posts, and in just minutes. The possibilities are endless.
And for all the app developers out there, Recensia is a must-have. So it can summarize App Store reviews in seconds, giving you really valuable insights into what users are saying about your app.
So no more manually, like sifting through hundreds of reviews just to find like trends and issues. Recensi does all that for you, gives you the data that can help you actually improve your app and, make users happier. And let's not forget about project management. How's This Going is an AI-powered project manager that takes the headache out of staying organized. So it automates status updates, it gives you insights into your team's progress, and it helps you keep everything on track.
Oh, it's like having a personal assistant who's like laser focused on keeping your projects running smoothly, you know? Imagine being able to just like see at a glance where things stand and identify those potential roadblocks and keep everyone in the loop without having to have all those endless meetings and email chains.
We've got even more amazing productivity tools to cover, but we're going to save those for part 2. So stay tuned because there's a lot more AI goodness coming your way.
I'm already excited for round 2.
All right, so let's jump back into our AI-powered productivity toolkit. We left off with some pretty impressive tools, but there are even more gems to uncover. Ready for another round?
Absolutely. Let's see what else we've got.
Okay, next up is Be Done, an app that's all about like boosting your focus and getting things done. So imagine this. You open the app, and it helps you prioritize your tasks for the day, breaks them down into manageable chunks, maybe even throws in some gamification to, keep you motivated.
Oh, gamification can be really effective. It turns work into something more engaging, maybe even fun. I've seen apps that use like points and rewards, even virtual pets to keep you on track. It's amazing how a little competition can make a big difference.
Exactly. And speaking of tackling big tasks, there's Any.do, which aims to be your one-stop shop for managing everything from personal to-dos to family projects, even team collaborations. Think of it like a central hub for all your responsibilities.
That sounds like a lifesaver for anyone who's juggling multiple roles and projects. Imagine being able to create shared to-do lists for a family vacation or assign tasks to team members at work and still keep track of your personal goals all in one place. It could really streamline things.
Now, for our creative listeners out there, especially those who work with digital media, there's Capture. It's not just about creating content, but also protecting it. Tell us more about that.
So Capture is really interesting because it uses some cutting-edge tech to address those, growing concerns around digital ownership and copyright. Think of it like a digital vault for your creative assets. It uses something called C2PA, which is a standard for content provenance, and it even uses blockchain technology for that extra security.
So it's like having a tamper-proof record of your work, proving its authenticity and ownership. That could be huge for, artists, photographers, musicians, anyone creating digital content, especially in a world where copying and sharing is so easy.
Exactly. It helps creators actually protect their intellectual property and even monetize their work more effectively. It's a really innovative solution for a growing problem.
And last but not least, we have Raycast, a really powerful productivity tool specifically designed for Mac users. Think of it as like a command center for your computer.
It's like a supercharged version of Spotlight Search. You can use it to launch apps, execute commands, even automate tasks. And the best part is how customizable it is. You can create your own shortcuts and workflows to really streamline your daily routine.
Sounds like a dream for anyone who spends a lot of time on their Mac. Being able to access everything you need with a few keystrokes can really boost your efficiency. So there you have it, a whole arsenal of AI-powered tools to help you conquer your to-do list, manage your projects, and even protect your creative work.
It's remarkable how quickly AI is finding its way into every aspect of our work and lives, isn't it? It wasn't that long ago that these kinds of tools would have seemed like, something out of science fiction.
Yeah, make you wonder what's next, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of the future, before we wrap things up, I wanted to touch on something we've been talking about throughout this whole episode, the rapid pace of AI development.
Yeah, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, wouldn't you say? On the one hand, it's incredible to see how fast AI is advancing, and it's bringing with it the potential to solve these really complex problems and improve our lives in so many ways. But then on the other hand, it's hard not to feel a little, apprehensive about the unknowns, the potential risks, and the ethical considerations that come with such powerful technology.
Exactly. It's like we're standing at the edge of uncharted territory, both excited and a little bit nervous about what we might find. We've seen how AI can be used to manipulate and deceive, how it can create art that kind of blurs the lines between human and machine, how it can even help us book private jets with a text message.
Yeah, it's a lot to process, and it's all happening so fast. The question is, how do we navigate this new AI-powered world responsibly? How do we make sure these powerful tools are used for good? How do we make sure they actually benefit humanity as a whole?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that we all need to be thinking about. Because the future of AI, it's not something that's going to be decided by a select few. It's going to be shaped by all of us.
I completely agree. It's up to us to have those open and honest conversations about like the implications of AI,
Right.
to demand transparency and accountability from the people who are actually developing it, and to make sure it's used in a way that, aligns with our values.
Well said. It's a responsibility we can't afford to ignore. It really does feel like we're at a crossroads. AI is evolving so quickly, and it's having such a big impact on our lives. So, like, where do you see this all heading?
It's hard to say for sure, but I think one thing's certain, AI is going to keep becoming like more integrated into everything we do. We'll probably see even more sophisticated AI-powered tools and services, right? I
Right.
think like personalized healthcare recommendations to self-driving cars that can handle those like crazy urban
It's
environments.
almost like we're entering like a new era, the age of AI.
Yeah.
But what about all those concerns we've been talking about, right? The
Yeah.
job displacement, the ethical stuff, the possibility of AI systems being used for, bad things.
Yeah, those are all valid concerns, and they're not going to go away overnight. It's really important that we address these issues head on. Develop ethical framework for how AI is developed and used, and make sure that AI is there to like help people, not replace them entirely.
I like that. Augment, not replace.
Yeah.
It's about finding ways for humans and AI to like work together, complement each other's strengths. But it's also about being aware of the potential, pitfalls, right?
Oh, absolutely. We need to be on the lookout for things like algorithmic bias, data privacy, and the potential for AI to be used to, manipulate or control people. We need to be asking tough questions and demanding accountability from the people who are building and using these powerful technologies.
It's almost like we need like a new social contract.
Yeah.
For the age of AI, like a set of guidelines that ensures AI is used ethically and responsibly. Benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
That's a great way to put it. We need to have a real conversation, all of us, about our values, our goals, and the kind of future we want to build with AI. It's not just, a tech challenge, it's a societal one.
And it's a conversation that we all need to be part of. We can't just sit back and let others decide. Like the future of AI, right?
Yeah,
It's too important.
I agree. It's up to all of us to shape the AI landscape, make sure it's used for good, and that it leads us toward a better future.
That's a great message to end on. So as we wrap up this deep dive into AI, we want to leave you with a question.
hmm
What role do you want to play in shaping the future of AI? What are you excited about? What are you worried about? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And remember, the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's being written right now, and we all have a say in how the story unfolds.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with another episode exploring all the latest, trends, tools, and breakthroughs. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged. The future of AI depends on it.